This presentation is for new beginners using Blackboard. I'm going to walk you through how to build basic content. Let's take a look. As you can see, this is a course that I've built, and you'll see things like pictures and font changes and color, and all for the purpose of delivering information to your students. So whether you teach online here at Lawson State or whether you teach a ground course, the expectation is that you will use Blackboard to communicate assignments and announcements and activities in Blackboard. So let me show you how to do that very, very easily. You've already by now looked at how to change your menu bar options, so I won't cover that. But once you've done that, it's now time to build your content. So I've created a little tab for us Blackboard tools. So I'm going to go in here. And whenever you create just a basic tab, a content window, you'll see that you have build content is where you'll spend most of your time, and assessments, and that's another presentation. But building content is where you'll come in to build items or maybe folders, and this is where I'm going to show you the differences between these two. Okay, we already have a video on mashup, so we won't go over that. But essentially, you'll kind of stay in here, and I also want to draw your attention to course link. We'll talk about that as well. But for the most part, to build a new content page, just go ahead and click on Item. So I'm going to click on Item. And the great thing about Blackboard is that every page is pretty much the same. It's not very complicated, I would suggest to you. If you don't see this menu bar populated, make sure your double chevrons are not secured up. If you see something like this, that's wrong. Just go ahead over here on the right and you can display the full menu bar. Okay? So as you can see, you need to name your item. Now remember, try not to use too many abbreviations because this is what your students are going to see. So if you want to say something like lesson 1 assignment, right? That's okay to abbreviate that, but then name it. Like, what is it? Okay, so helping your students to identify the assignment more specifically. This is just like a Microsoft Word document. It doesn't have all the features, but it has quite a lot. And I would say just explore. You have 3 levels of different things. And if you bring your cursor over any of these items, it'll tell you what they are. This is where you can insert a file. That's an attachment. You can bring in an image. You can insert embedded media. These are for your math editor. Mashups, which is a separate video, but this is where you can easily insert a PowerPoint presentation or a video. It's very easy to put that into this page right here. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit for us. If you notice over here, I can make this page a little larger for us so we can have a little bit more fun looking at things today. You can just kind of go through it and see what these different icons are and have some fun with it. When we get over here with tools, here's your highlighter pen, here's your text color pen, numbering things, bulleting, and I know you're familiar already with things like the type of font you want to use, of course, and again, very similar to Microsoft Word. Bolding over here, underlining, crossing out. So just have fun exploring. I'm going to kind of just focus on the main things that you just need to get started. So the first thing I want to show you is how to bring a picture in. I'm going to basically reproduce that that announcement that you saw when you first walked into my class. So I can just go to pictures and find a picture and bring my my picture in. So let's say this is my picture. Wait till it loads. If you get that message, it just hasn't loaded yet. Once you see it populate, go ahead and click Insert. And once you insert it, you can control the size of it by clicking on it, and you'll see the little buttons that come around it, and you can stretch it in. I'm sorry, let me get it back. You can move it in. Let me grab it. There you go. Or out, and just by playing with it some, okay, until you have it displaying the way that you would like it to display, okay. All right, and again, this is just like Word. You can just type directly on the page, and you can manipulate by highlighting. You can increase your font size, change it, the size, the type of font that you're using, increase it by size, right, or keep it the same. You can also bold it, of course, as we talked about. You can just have fun and just do whatever you need. I will say that you do want to think about your online course, or rather a ground course, no matter what kind of course you're teaching at Lawson, and use this as a way to attract students to your course. Uh, Always give them as much information as you can provide them in terms of assignments and things of that nature. You want to make sure that they understand what it is that you're asking them to do for the assignment. So you want to give lots of directions, point value, just kind of think like a student. And this will help you really lessen your headaches. Is it a homework assignment, that kind of thing? What are the specifics? When is it due? Right? So just think like a student. Most students want to know what it is that they have to do, how will they submit it to you, and when's the due date and the point value. And if you can really address those types of things within Blackboard, it makes your life easier. Okay? So I can change this at any time and just kind of have fun with it. You might recall that if you haven't viewed it yet, please view the presentation on mashups, but you may recall that mashups, I can just go ahead and insert my YouTube video. I can just go out here. I can do a search or load in the PowerPoint, and load in the URL, or I can just do a search, right? Hit go. Just want to show you how quickly you can get it in here. So I can put my video in very, very quickly on my actual page. And again, for more specifics on this, just watch the video if you're not familiar with how to insert YouTube. But so now I have added a video to the page. Okay. If I use this URL, let's say that I'm having trouble finding a video, because sometimes even if you're using the mashup, you see the video on YouTube, you can't quite find it in the mashup. There's another way you can get it, as long as you copy the URL from YouTube. In Blackboard, it has a great interface. You can insert the media right on the page by clicking on that little icon and loading it, the URL, see right here, and insert it right where it says file URL, and I can insert it. That's just a sneaky way of getting it in. And believe it or not, when we hit submit on this page, you'll see it. And of course I can manipulate my video, but that's just a sneak peek, a second way of getting it in so you don't have to fight with the system. Okay? I can also load an attachment. So let's say that you want to add I'm going to move up here. You want to add a handout. Okay, for your students to view for a particular assignment. Just go ahead and click the little thumb paperclip. So click your paperclip, hit browse your computer, and just simply attach it. Let me go to my documents, and you just simply, whatever it is that you want to attach, you go ahead and attach it and hit submit. So you can see that Blackboard has so much functionality within it that can really make your life, as I said, so much easier. I just want you to think about this as a ground instructor. You're teaching a traditional course, and instead of you having to run around and make copies of a handout, you can simply, through your computer, just attach it to Blackboard, give them the assignment, give them the homework assignment. If you're still calling out homework in class, there's no reason for that. You simply can create a homework button over here and put all your homework out in Blackboard, and a lot of your headaches really go away. So students can't say, well, I lost this. You can say, well, it's out on Blackboard. You need to get that information. So that's all you really have to do. And I've been showing you every feature, but you can play around with the rest. These are the basic features to create announcements and assignments in your class. Okay? I'm going to copy this because I want to show you one other thing. So after you finish, just go ahead and hit submit. Whenever you create an assignment or an announcement in Blackboard, I want you to keep in mind that it will always load at the bottom of the screen. It doesn't look like that now because we only have this one lesson. But if I were to go in and create another announcement, I'm going to do that. I'll just put test, and I'll put this in, but this time I'm just going to put this one little, let's just keep our picture this time. Hold on, let me get rid of this. This time I just want to show you how it loads. So I'm going to get rid of everything except my graduates. And if I hit submit, one of the things that you'll notice is that now this picture or announcement will come at the very top. You see that? Or I'm sorry, at the very bottom. There it is. And if I want to move things, so as you build, they don't come at the top, they come at the bottom. So it's in like the wrong order. So just go ahead and grab it and move it to the top for your new announcement. You see that? I just grabbed that little chevron on the left, okay? And I grabbed it, I'm holding my mouse down on the left, and I'm moving these items. So sometimes, depending upon how many different things you have on a page, you may create something and think, I don't see it, but it actually is really there. Now, what I would like to do next is to show you how to create an assessment, but that's on another video. Please join me, and I'm going to show you how to create assignments so that students can actually turn the work into you in Blackboard, and you can actually, and it will actually dump into the gradebook.